When do we get to use the good stuff?
When the sky starts raining credits. Until then, maybe you could just shut up and stop complaining.
Captain, greetings.
About time you showed up. All right, I want to know what's going on. I've been trying to get Delgado's attention for, I don't know, 3 years now. And what do I get? Nothing but radio silence. Then out of nowhere, just when Neva and I are closing in on a huge score of our own, Delgado orders me to help you out.
Yeah, so I joined the Pirates, and after I got accepted, and I did some quests to find the origin of the Crimson Fleet, like their backstory. They sent me on a mission to chase some guy. I think he was a traitor, and they want me to finish him off. Or not a traitor, he kind of like left, but they want me to finish him off. So if I want those merchant outposts that keep selling stuff, I gotta kill him.
Yeah, I figured you'd say something like that. Just another one of Delgado's loyal little soldiers, huh? Fine, have it your way. So Neva's message said you were here for Dombrowski. Was that all she sent you here to do? Or was there something else you were sent here to steal?
And I gotta steal some. Wait, try. I'm not sure if the money was here. There was when I did the backstory. Galbank, there was supposedly a lost ship that had the money, and nobody ever heard about it. But you find out, so they want the money. Oh yeah, the Earth Savior World, and they sent me on a quest to steal Earth Savior World. Or someone else.
Don't play games with me. We both know pinging a message back and forth to the key is going to take longer than we have to do this job. We're supposed to be working together on every part of this. So, you gonna tell me what else you're here for or not? Oh, really? Did she now? I can't believe she's trying to cut me out of this deal. Without me, the award never would have ended up here in the first place. She told you to hold that over my head, did she? Oh, that witch.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll help. But you're doing all the legwork, and I'm still taking my cut of the payout. Anyway, we'll get to that later. First, we have a much bigger fish to fry. So why are you targeting a Gall Bank exec anyway? Not exactly your average Crimson Fleet prey. Why the interest? Merchant vessels, transport, supply convoys, mining settlements, you get the picture. But taking on a megacorp, that's a really big deal. Something the Crimson Fleet stayed away from in the past. Sounds to me like Delgado's either getting desperate, or this is leading to an even bigger score down the road. Oh, I see. We're playing this game now.
Yeah.
Fine, fine. Well, you might as well turn around and hop back aboard your ship because you're not getting near Dombrowski without my help.
Like him or not, he's the Siren's captain, so his assistance is going to be invaluable. Maybe we should hear what he has to say.
Oh, no. No, no, no. Delgado isn't gonna drop a cred stick on the table and be done with it. I don't want money. I want back into the Crimson Fleet. It's as simple as that. All right, all right. See, that wasn't so hard, was it? Now, let's talk business. Dombrowski's a full-timer aboard the Siren of the Stars. Probably spends more time cruising the space lanes than actually working. Fortunately, the Siren is hosting the Terran Preservation Society charity gala. Larry won't be able to resist showing off his VIP clout. To get what you need, you're gonna have to attend the gala, talk to his fellow philanthropists, and dig up some dirt.
Oh god, I'd rather hunt down Varun's zealots than mingle with those egotistical frauds.
The event's a complete sham. Bunch of rich snobs getting together and throwing a party for themselves. These people couldn't give a damn about Terran preservation or any other charity for that matter.
What's I didn't bring.
Yeah, well, lucky for you, it's not black tie, so you'll be fine. This card will allow you to access the Starview Ballroom. If you need my help, I'll be relaxing in one of the upper-level lounges. Head inside and mingle with the crowd. No one likes Dombrowski, so they'll be more than happy to share his dirty secrets. He's a VIP executive, which means he either worked really, really hard using blood, sweat, and tears to make the arduous climb to the top, or he backstabbed, lied, cheated, and betrayed his way up the corporate ladder. From what I've heard, it's the second option. Now you're speaking my language. Oh, there's one last thing. Trident equips all of their starliners with the latest acoustic threat detection. Meaning that you lose patience and kill anyone aboard the ship, security will be alerted and all hell will break loose. Anyway, I suppose that's enough to get you started. Good luck.
Whoa, what's the optional?
They claim their goal is to celebrate the soul of the Earth, the culture, the people, and the ideals of the past. In their minds, Earth is now dead, which is why they feel that preservation of its remaining aspects is so important. In reality, this is what happens when folks with far too much time and far too much money get together to make themselves feel like they're contributing to society. Oh, and while you're at the gala, avoid the canapes. They're frozen, not fresh. Any luck at the party? You seriously need to ask. Okay. First, Gold Bank protects their own. Kill Dombrowski, and they send Ecliptic after every Crimson Fleet ship they can find. And second, you op a Gal Bank employee in every single Gal Bank facility in the settled systems will triple their security. I'm gonna guess that won't help with... As long as you remember that I'm getting paid my cut. Allie, what's the status? Okay, then let me point you to the person in charge of the award. Her name's Sheila Holbrook, and you can probably find her in the Starview ballroom.
Sheila. Oh,
I'd press her to reveal where the award's hidden, and we can go from there. And if you're thinking of pulling the trigger on poor Miss Holbrook, remember that any gunfire is gonna set off the ship's alarms. Go do something useful, okay?
Every day between you and me, the best part of my job is getting a crack at all the leftovers from the dining area buffet.
Shh. Lisa. Can't hear the engines, can you? You're not going to find better tuned engines anywhere else in the settled systems.
This is one
Captain
of Trident's
Rokoff is one of the
top-of-the-line
most easygoing
vessels.
CEOs I've ever
Hell
worked
of a
under.
ship, isn't it?
In fact, he doesn't act much like a captain at all. There's nothing quite. Trident must have spent a fortune equipping this ship with triple redundancy in almost every
Captain
internal
Rokoff said
system.
you're allowed in any of the crew-specific areas. Just don't touch him.
You're right. These newer vessels more or less run autonomously, which doesn't leave much for the crew to do.
This newer Captain Rokoff is one of the most easygoing CEOs I've ever worked under. In fact, he doesn't act much like a captain at all.
Between you and me, the best part of my job is getting a crack at all the leftovers from the dining area buffets. This is one of Trident's top-of-the-line vessels. Hell of a ship, isn't it? There's nothing quite like the view from the Starview ballroom. It's breathtaking.
got any gifties? I don't want that gift me. Let's stay away.
Captain Rokoff said you're allowed in any of the crew-specific areas. Just don't touch him.
Trident must have spent a fortune in building this ship.
Oh, bro.
Shh. Listen.
How do I get up?
Can't hear the engines, can you? You're not going to find better tuned engines anywhere else in the settled systems.
You're a guest of Captain Rokoff, right?
Maybe it is in that door. That's another hatch. I guess I can't do that.
Captain Rokoff is one of the most easygoing CEOs.
This way. Yeah. One second. Let's see. See how many minutes I gotta put. 14. Alright, 14.
If you have any little ones aboard, story time with Serena will be held in the ship's library this evening.
Is this important? I don't have a lot of time for idle nonsense. Yes, I'm extremely busy preparing for the award ceremony, so this better be important. Probably in a few days. I don't want the award transfer to actually occur until we're safely in orbit at our destination. Of course, if I keep getting interrupted, the ceremony might never take place at all. Not at all. I was assured that this particular ship was outfitted with the absolute latest in cutting-edge security. I am completely confident that Trident Luxury Lines will keep all of us safe. Yes, I am. Actually, I've been entrusted with the transfer of the award for the last 7 of its 9 years. Why do you ask? Well, the Earth Savior Award is one of a kind. The blue diamonds alone are irreplaceable. Since we can't produce a new award every year, it's instead passed from one recipient to the next. I supervise the transfer and make certain that there's ample security during transport and at the destination. Forget it. I refuse to have a repeat of last year's fiasco, where the name leaked early and started a common brawl. The winner's name is safely sealed away with the award itself, inside the master safe located at the purser's office. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have much more important things on my agenda than to speak to the likes of you.
So, what brings you aboard?
If you have any needs, please enter a request.
Please remain in designated passenger areas at all times. Have a safe journey.
With all the worthy causes in the settled systems, you'd think people wouldn't waste money on these pretentious luxuries.
On behalf of Trident Luxury Lines, I'd like to welcome you aboard. Welcome to the purser's office. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to make you... How may I assist you today?
Like blowjob. Let's see. I like to take.
An excellent question. My responsibilities include all of the Siren's financial, customs, and commercial goods transfers. Honestly, I really enjoy the work. I get to meet people at every port of call instead of being constantly stuck below decks. Oh, absolutely! The safe is magnetically sealed and shielded with multiple layers of fully damage-resistant, vacuum-proof plating. In the unlikely event our vessel is boarded and the threat detection alarm is triggered, the safe will be permanently sealed until it reaches port. In the even more unlikely event this ship is destroyed, we can assure you that your loved ones will be able to recover your goods from the wreckage. So, as you can imagine, your property will be completely secure until you decide to retrieve them from our safe.
Or with another ship.
Have a safe journey. Please let me know if your voyage is unsatisfactory in any way. How may I assist? I've only seen it briefly myself, but I can assure you that it's quite lovely. Unfortunately, the item is locked inside of our safe. which can only be accessed by presenting an appropriate claim ID. Is there anything else I can assist you with today? Well, if you change your mind, I'll be here. Have a wonderful trip. I'm sorry. It's against Trident policy to discuss our personal feelings towards a fellow crewmate.
Oh.
I don't want to lose my job. Why should I tell you? No, I can't. Sorry. This isn't getting us anywhere. Look, I'd like to help, but you are just annoying enough that this might work. I'm glad you understand the position I'm in here. Don't get ahead of yourself. I appreciate your interest, but I'm forbidden to disclose any personal information. It's not about money, it's about my career. I get fired from Trident, that's it for me. Back to scrubbing tables at the Terra Brew. No problem.
Sweet girl.
Is there anything else I can help you with today?
I can't corrupt her. Okay, my speech isn't good enough. I didn't really put anything into my speech.
An excellent question.
Okay,
My
no,
responsibility, honestly. Don't forget to tell your friends how much you enjoy the cruise.
Okay, I need to find...
Glad to have you aboard.
Yeah, good for you. Alright, let's see. Oh, maybe... Jeez, I probably got a pickpocket. It says kill Labradorski, but... I feel like I'd have to get it from home.
If you have any specific requests, please speak to one of the crew's attendants.
Or
That
her.
view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it?
Must you continue these
Wow, these choices are like so terrible. Like, who would do this? I need to claim right here. Just deal with it.
Excuse me? And why in goodness name would I do something as foolish as that? And why in goodness name would I possibly agree to that ridiculous... Maybe. Need to think about it.
She said maybe.
Yeah, I hope so. Maybe we can work something out.
Wow, I'm the man.
I hear you. Oh, just take the damn thing already. Listen, maybe you can
sure we
keep
work
this
something out.
between us.
I'm sure
If the
we work
award
something
goes
out.
missing, there's no need for the insurance company to get involved.
Yeah, that's all it took. I'm the man.
I've done this particular
Let's
cruise run
talk
several
in.
times, and I can assure you that the route is quite safe.
We can work on that. Max Beach Order. We can work something out. That's what I'm getting Hello? Yes, right, lady.
This must be where the passengers store their valuables while the siren is underway.
Notice how the tag says steal. I could go in and take the award, no problem, but I can't take like what's in there. I can't take a trauma pack, I can't take snake oil. Why? Yeah, I can steal the award, but I can't steal trauma pack.
Glad to have you aboard. Please let me know if your voyage is. Don't forget to tell your friends how much you enjoy the cruise.
No problem. It's time to go back. Forget that lady.
Please remember to obey all posted safety and mustering instructions.
Hello? Are
Safety
you a
number
member of
one.
the society?
Just don't get hurt. That's it.
I'm sorry, but unless you're reporting a security situation,
An open bar would have been nice. Trident's gouging us for every credit we've got.
Have you tried the canapes? Horrid. Positively horrid.
Okay, so why am I here?
The society chair has really outdone herself this time.
In the event of
Let me see. Oh, because I could kill him. Or I could ask him.
lockdown, remember to return to your cabin in a quiet and orderly fashion.
any complaints about your cruise should be directed
Here
to
for
one of the
business
staff.
or pleasure? Larry likes to drop overly complex words into conversations. I'm sure he knows that it annoys people, but he does it anyway. It's critical that the Society keeps the memories of Earth alive in our hearts. I'm doing my part by attending this spectacular event.
Good for you, man. Good for you. Good for you. Alright. Oh, shit. I'm kind of doing something over here. Trying to flip some food over here.
Haven't we already talked? Nice to have met you.
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future
That's a
society
lovely
events aboard the Starliner.
Let's put it this way. He's screwed over so many people. If he suddenly disappeared from the universe, I don't think anyone would miss him. Well, apparently, the award is so valuable, there's only one in existence. Donations to the Society can be debited from my bank account on a monthly basis. I barely have to lift a finger to help. Enjoy the rest of the event.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
The Society chair has really outdone. His behavior towards women is abominable. That man really ought to be ashamed of himself. Well, that was boring.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. Hello. Are you a member of the Society? An open bar? The considerable amounts of cash that Dombrowski donates is the only reason we allow him to attend Society functions. No? And why the heck are you so interested in him anyway? It is a shame that the Earth ended in such a sorry state.
Alright, whatever.
That's all then? Okay.
Quite a lovely Starliner. Nothing but
I
the
certainly
best for
hope
the
they
society, eh?
Larry has an A-level executive rating over at Galbank, which means he has access to everyone's accounts. Don't forget to donate to the cause.
Here for business or pleasure?
Have you tried the cannabis? Got it.
Don't forget to keep your Starview pass handy at all times.
So, what brings you? He's been spending a lot of time with Claudius Wist. Quality time, if you catch my meaning. I'm certain his wife doesn't know a thing. Don't forget to donate to the cause.
That view is absolutely...
Sorry, do I know you? Okay, wait, are you seriously, are you trying to pick me up? Look, I appreciate the compliment, but I'm already seeing someone, and my partner doesn't like competition. He gets very jealous. His wife? Oh, for the love of God. I told Larry to keep his big mouth shut, but did he listen? No! He had to impress his friends and treat me like a trophy. Look, I've been in this business for a long time, and I know how this game works, so let's skip all the banter and get it over with. What's it gonna take to make us both happy?
6. I need 6. Let's see. All I need is...
If I give you dirt on that son of a bitch Dombrowski, all I'm doing is endangering myself. I should make him pay for doing this to me. That's true. You have come this far already. You know more about me than I suspected. Can't have that. That's true. For once, I would like to see him squirm. All right, you've made your point. You know, this whole thing really pisses me off. Larry and I had the perfect scheme worth thousands of credits all worked out, and then he goes and flushes the whole thing down the toilet.
If you're angry at anybody, it should be yourself for getting mixed up in this ridiculous scheme in the first place.
Judge me all you want, lady. At this point, if I'm going down, then all I'm focused on is dragging Larry down with me.
That's right, biatch. Let's see.
Oh, angry isn't even the right word. The plan was solid. Larry got together with myself and this other guy, Gabriel Vera. He's some bigwig over at UC Security. I doctored the transactions, Larry wiped them off the system, and Vera kept the legal pressure off of us. We were scamming Galbank for months. It was going well until I discovered Larry was cheating everyone by changing each transaction in his favor before deleting them. I was going to confront him back on Jemison, but then he invited me on this little trip through the stars. All expenses paid, first-class accommodations, the works. I figured, why not wait until I've milked him for every credit he's spending before I drop the hammer?
Red pill moment. Oh shit.
I wish I had some. Maybe you should try talking to Gabriel Vera. He should be around here somewhere. If he doesn't want to cooperate, just mention my name. That should grab his attention. Good luck. You're gonna need it. I wrote a computer algorithm that basically creates a randomized number of false ghost credits that mimic the crypto key of actual credits. Then the algorithm simply passes the ghost credits to whatever legit transfers that the bank transacts. The genuine credits enter a dummy account. The best part is that I also alter the crypto keys as the real cash flows into our accounts. By the time it lands in our pockets, the creds are clean. So, on paper, it appears that all of the bank's transactions are covered, when it's really just our ghosted dummy creds. Genius, right?
Yep, so genius, you tell a random stranger your whole plot. Still genius. What exactly is going to...
What, are you writing a damn novel? Fine.
Yes, I am.
Vera works for UC Security, so he kept a lookout on their comnet for any Galbank chatter. I guess you could call him our early warning system. And Dombrowski made sure that all of the crypto manipulation I was working on didn't turn up in Galbank's automatic audits. You need top clearance for that kind of access, so we had to cut him in, whether we liked it or not. What do you think is going on?
Sex.
I'm using that gullible idiot to get what I want. If I have to squash him on my way to the top, then so be it. Let's get one thing straight. Larry Dombrowski's no saint. He deserves everything that's coming to him.
Like sex? Let's see. Honestly, I don't blame you one bit.
Is something the matter with you?
I don't know. If he's broken the law, he should be punished. But you don't need to stoop to his level just to prove a point.
Shut up, lady.
Stoop to his level?
Jesus Christ.
That's impossible. No one in the galaxy could possibly get that low. Dombrowski is a piece of human garbage. He'd stab you in the back for table scraps, then stab you again to steal dessert. The plan's always been to milk the guy for everything he's worth, and then leave him in the dust. Not bad for a lowly Galbank worker drone, right?
No.
I hope you hurt Dombrowski. Nail his ass right to the wall.
So dumb, man. I'm not pulling my cover like that. Who writes the script?
The ship's purser is assisting with any matters regarding the security of your items.
Have you tried the cannabis?
Hello. You here for the charity event?
Yes.
Dombrowski, he's the exec holding court over in the VIP area of the ballroom. Yeah, sorry, I work for UC Security, not Galbank. I don't really know him personally. You mean specifically? Oh, I work for the Corporate Fraud Division. We monitor all of the major megacorp financials and transactions to ensure that nothing improper occurs. You're asking a lot of strange questions. Claudia sent you, did she? Look, friend, I don't know if you're just a little drunk, maybe a touch crazy, or both. Whatever you think you know about me, you're dead wrong. So back off.
You're a liar and an absolute disgrace to the United Colonies.
Jesus
Christ. Just in case you weren't aware, I am the authorities. Anything you try to report will boil down to your word against mine. And since I work for UC Security, who do you think people will believe?
Yeah, but that's...
Get the hell away from me before I have you arrested.
The society chair is really out.
I saw your little exchange with Vera. Keep that up and I guarantee that imbecile's gonna demand that you be arrested. Which is why he's threatening you. That makes sense. We need hard evidence of their scheme. It's gonna be tricky. The problem is he's not gonna talk to you in public. We need to get Vera isolated so he'll spill everything he knows.
Why don't you just...
Maybe. But if something goes wrong, and he's able to raise an alarm, we're sunk. With all of these wealthy patrons aboard, the ship is crawling with security. Smart. If there's an emergency, standard practice is for all passengers to clear the decks and report to their cabins for lockdown. I think the best chance we have would be to tamper with the life support sensors. Manipulate a few controls, and you can fool the monitoring system into thinking there's a life support failure. And there you have your emergency.
Whatever it takes. He's talking about tampering with the only system keeping everyone on this ship alive.
Don't care.
Don't worry. It'll be as easy as it was mingling with the guests at the party. Just throw a few lousy switches and you're done. One more thing. If Chief Engineer Sundin gives you any trouble, tell him I'll erase that gambling debt he owes me. I prefer you use that as a last resort, but hey, what's the harm in losing a few credits when I'm on the brink of rejoining the fleet, right? Anyway, I better start packing. Things are getting hot around here, and won't be long before Trident figures out you had help. All passengers are instructed to immediately report to their cabins. That way, we keep the halls clear and avoid a panic. Fortunately for us, all of the passenger cabin doors will automatically unlock. This is normally to ensure the crew can check cabins quickly and without interference. But in our case, it's like having an all-access pass. There's access to the crew section that you can reach through the Starview Ballroom. Chief Sundin should be there, wasting time. Once you're past Sundin, just look for the room marked Environmental Control. On the surface, he's an upstanding citizen of the United Colonies, pretty high up in UC security. Lots of clout with mast. Underneath, he's a greedy piece of garbage. Given the chance, he'd backstab you for a cret stick and pin the murder on... Come to think of it, if he wasn't such a petty tyrant, he'd probably thrive with the Crimson Fleet. Remember, the moment you shut down that system, the entire ship goes into lockdown.
Here for business or pleasure?
Quite a lovely starliner. Nothing but the best for society, huh?
There's nothing quite like the view from the Starview Ballroom. It's
There's some heavy security protecting this area, but judging from the fact that this is the life support control, it certainly makes sense.
Hold up. Wait a second. You're Captain Rocko's guest, right? Didn't expect it. Sorry to give you trouble. Yeah, a little. A few of the techs call this deck the dungeon. I think you can see why. Not exactly Starliner-class comfort down here. Don't get me wrong. The quiet gives me time to gather my thoughts, catch up on work, and all that, but I'd rather work on the bridge. I'm the Siren's chief engineer. Trident put me in charge of the entire tech team. We do our best to keep the ship running smoothly and efficiently. Of course, this beauty is a cutting-edge piece of spacecraft design. Almost everything has triple redundancy, like the life support system. Unfortunately, that means there's quite a bit of downtime. Could be worse, though, right? Oh, sorry, that area's off limits. No exceptions. Oh, really? Well, that changes things quite a bit. Tell you what, I'm just going to step out for a bit and stretch my legs. Maybe you can hold this for me while I'm away? Whatever you do, don't break anything, or I'll be out of a job.
orderly fashion.
Well, it appears that we've definitely ruined the party. Everyone's gone.
That's right. Let's go. Oh wait. I gotta go this direction.
There's no cause for alarm. I'm sure. The Siren of the Stars is now in emergency status. Please remain calm and proceed here.
Can you believe the size of this cabin? It's large enough to accommodate a family of 12.
I was wondering if
What
you
a
were the cause of the
ridiculous waste of
ship-wide
space.
emergency. It's time you stop playing games and tell me why you're here. You're working for Ikande's little anti-pirating outfit? So what? I have nothing to do with the Crimson Fleet. And even if I suddenly decided to stay loyal to the old UC, why would I possibly want to incriminate myself by handing over evidence?
Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
I don't know where you got that information from, but it lines up with all the troubles I've been having getting my cut from that asshole. That means my money's already gone, and Dombrowski's going to walk away with a fortune. I'd love to see the bastard fry, but if I give you that information and it falls into the wrong hands, I could end up in jail.
That's right. So you better do what is I say. Better do what I say. I'll be right back.
Dombrowski had the authorization to wipe out records on Galbank's system without raising any red flags. I let Claudia talk me into that. She said she had him wrapped around her finger. Apparently, she was wrong. Oh, I've got everything you're gonna need. This is a one-stop shop for you. We're talking a slate loaded with dates, account numbers, ID scans, even an audio recording. It was my little insurance policy in case the shit hit the fan. There's a solid enough trail here to send Dombrowski straight to jail.
Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and
At least I walk away with something. All right, you have yourself a deal. Here, with this slate and this recording to tie it all together, you'll be able to nail his ass to the wall. He'll do whatever you want. Just remember that you promised to leave me out of it. Wait a moment. Are you telling me that this scheme is getting so out of hand, it also involves the Crimson Fleet? That's all I need right now. Enemies on two fronts. Just because I'm helping you nail Dombrowski doesn't mean I'm turning my back on UC security. How else am I going to ensure that he ends up behind bars when all this comes crashing down? No. You can leave me out of your merry little band of pirates. Thank you very much. Well, since Claudia has been spending time disgustingly close to Dombrowski, I think she's suffered enough. On the other hand, I've got very, very special plans for Larry. I have some friends that can, well, let's just say, take care of the problem. That's if you leave him alive, of course. We'll just have to wait and see. I wasn't lying when I said I didn't know anything about your undercover work, if that's what you're trying to imply. All I can tell you is that there's more than a few people at Mast who find Commander Akande to be a huge pain in the ass. I mean, the UC is aware that the Crimson Fleet is a problem, but it pales in comparison to the issues with the Freestar Collective. Akande's loaded with big-picture ideas, but not a ton of evidence to put them into action. And frankly, it's driving my superiors crazy. You better tell Dombrowski to run, because if you don't kill him, I will.
I don't want to kill him.
All passengers are being asked to return to their cabins at this time. Our security team would appreciate if you'd please shelter in your cabin during this emergency. Thank you.
Well. You must be the one who's been accosting Claudia and Gabriel. I'm uncertain what you hope to accomplish here, but it appears we should rapidly enter into some sort of negotiation.
What a scumbag. Let's see. I didn't even know I was involved. There isn't going.
Au contraire, my misguided friend. There's a bargain that needs to be hammered out, and you will listen to the facts before we proceed. First, it's clear that you've obtained insider knowledge of my arrangement to defraud Galbank. The means and the method, perhaps, but not the motive. And second, I'm going to hypothesize that my compatriots are despondent regarding their share and have assisted you with this endeavor. Since we're speaking and I'm not at the reporting end of a bullet, this leads me to conclude that you desire something personal from me. Forgive me. Sometimes I forget that I have to fraternize with people below my intellect. In blunt terms, you have compromising materials about me in your possession. The only thing I have to offer in return are my Galbank credentials. I assume that's what you've been angling for all along?
Oh, do get on with this. There's only so long I can stand being in the presence of this pig.
Obviously, that wouldn't be my preference, but I have little choice. Though, Larry Dombrowski will be mysteriously vanishing after this cruise, and possession of the credentials becomes ludicrous at that point.
A ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion.
Oh, it was actually a rather easy deduction to make. It's the only thing of significant value that I still have in my possession. It appears we've reached an accord. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me simplify that for you. It sounds like we have a deal. Oh, of course, I trust you'll understand if I ask for us to avoid any further contact. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to formulate how I'm going to utterly ruin two very annoying business associates. Good day.
We should have a talk. When you have the time, of course. I have an important personal Phew, thank you. So, where to start? Before I was with the Navigator Corps, I was career military. part of the United Colonies Navy. When the Colony War broke out, I was posted as the chief navigator on a warship, the Dauntless.
I remember.
Then you were right. I didn't want to go into detail before because... well, just hear me out. There was a particularly bloody battle. We were fighting over a world in the Eta Cassiopeia system. Worst fighting I'd ever seen. We lost 12 ships that day. 12. Including my own. I'm well aware how many lives were lost. Now let me finish. The ship was barely intact. The captain and first mate died the previous day, which put me in command. A shrewd captain would have called for the crew to abandon ship, but I was so angry. I wanted to stay. I needed to fight. I believe you. But you haven't heard the worst of this. We fought for hours, but the damage was fatal. I gave the order to abandon ship and the crew piled into the escape shuttle. As the shuttle launched, I could see it was damaged. I heard screams before the radio cut. And last thing I saw, they were spiraling helplessly towards the planet's surface. There was nothing I could do.
I'm so sorry for you. My condolences. I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency.
You're sorry.
Please report
For
to your
me,
cabins in an
if
orderly
I
fashion
hadn't been so
and remain
stubborn,
there until you
so
receive
eager
further
to
instructions.
prove that I could handle command, my crew would have had more time to escape. Try telling that to their loved ones. When the dust settled, the United Colonies gave me a medal. Can you believe that? A damn medal. I never even had a chance to find the shuttle wreckage and give my crew a proper burial.
That's fucked up. So say that at least.
That's true. But still, it doesn't erase the real issue here. You once told me, no matter how hard you fight, there are some battles you simply can't win. I wish I had heard your advice long ago. Don't you get it? Everything I do, everything I touch, somehow falls apart. That's why I'm worried about us.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please?
All this nonsense and you still have faith, eh? You really care about me, don't you?
Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive
You
further
know,
instructions.
I've spent a lot of time thinking about us, about our relationship, how we've clearly become close.
Taking it to pound.
I practiced what I was going to say when the moment was right, and now that it's here, my mind's gone blank. Look, you deserve the best. Someone who can give themselves to you entirely. But right now, I have too much baggage. Too much on my mind. I hope you'll forgive me for pushing you away. I just need time.
She tried her friends out. She just friends on me.
Well, looks like everything worked out. Just like we planned. I wish you hadn't blown away the gambling debt that Sandine owed me. But hey, you got the job done. I'm glad one of us did. I'm just hoping you'll put in a good word for me with Delgado. Otherwise, I've risked my career for nothing. You know, I'm still wondering exactly what you needed those credentials for. You feel like telling me, partner?
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency.
Ah, so he told you to keep it from me. I see. I wouldn't want you to risk your position with the fleet like I did, so I'll just leave it alone.
Yeah, mind your business.
Anyway, I suppose there's nothing stopping me from rejoining the fleet now. It's been a long time coming. I owe you one, Dover Beach. Don't worry, it's not an insult. It's a very old Russian word for comrade. It's what I intend to call you from now on, so get used to it. Nonsense. If there's one universal constant you can depend on, it's that Yevgeny Rokov always makes good on his deals. Always. Well, I suppose this is where we part company. Hopefully the next time we meet, we'd be aboard the Key.
Yep. He's probably not coming back. We gotta see what they say. Pretty sure they don't want him back. Just one of those things.
This ship is in a state of emergency. Please return to your cabin.
Please return to your cabin. Please return to your cabin.
The Siren of the Stars is now in emergency status. Please remain calm and proceed to your cabin.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
There we go.
I need to pack up and get out.
Captain, hello.
Brain damage.
I am satisfied.
Gundock.
think I could live on coffee if I had to.
Hello. Welcome to the Galbank Archives. May I see your credentials, please? Just one moment while I verify. Oh, yes, Mr. Dombrowski. Welcome, sir. Give me a moment to log your visit, and then I'll unseal the archives. How the hell did you know that? Look, Ecliptic busted in here and said something about letting you walk into the archives, and then they're gonna jump you. I'm supposed to let you in, and then get the heck out of here. They said if I didn't do exactly what they said, they'd kill me. Just be careful. I don't even know how many of them are hiding in there.
Good job, mate. I'll make sure to get you a pay raise. Not. Sign your boss. Engaging hostile. Volok 5. Serendipity.
Hi. Please disregard. I attempted.
Are you looking to start something?
Kinetics, electromags, energy weapon.
I like my weapons like I like my coffee. Scalding.
How do I go up there?
Box grog is fine if you like cheap moonshine. Give me an Erdebrow lager and I'm good.
Your buddy Rokov is aboard the Key. Told me everything that happened.
Yeah, he won't shut up about you. Keeps going on and on. Now I remember why we kicked his ass out the fleet. Yeah, that'd be a first.
All right, neighbor, you've made your point. Well, since you're vouching for Rokov, I guess we can give him another chance. All right, now that is out of the way, we can move on to the matter at hand. Crix's legacy. Speaking of which, let me see that data you copied from the Galbank archives. Ah, so the Galbank transport went down over Bannock 4.
Gave me some tips.
Bannock. Why does that sound familiar? Neva?
Yeah, keep your panties on. I'm looking it up. And I got it. Bannock 4. Let's see. Damn it. Bannock 4 is an EM-class gas giant. We can't even get a ship near the thing without frying every circuit aboard.
EM class? Impossible. There isn't a ship in operation that can navigate that type of interference.
Yeah, sure. We'll just wrap your ship in a ton of copper and launch you right in there. That ought to do the trick, right?
Both of you shut up and think for a second. I'm sure Crix hit the same roadblock. All we need to do is figure out how he got around it.
This sounds like a goddamn waste of time to me.
That's the spirit, Rook. That is the essence of the Crimson Fleet that has been slipping away lately. Neighbor, the Galbank data says the transport had a CBR-27 transponder. Can we track that kind of thing? Pinpoint its exact location?
That transponder is military grade. We're talking ultra-bit encryption, constantly reshuffling frequencies. We don't have shit like that laying around. But before you get that pissy look on your face, I heard that the UC's been working on a ship signal decryption system called the ComSpike. We grab that little beauty, and we'll be able to track anything you want.
All right, here is the plan, so shut up and listen. Rook, I want you and Neva to put your heads together and get us that ComSpike. I don't care if it's mounted at the top of mast. I want it. In the meantime, I'm going to find out more about this EM-class gas giant problem. And I think I know just who to ask.
Give me a little time to crunch the numbers on the ComSpike with Jazz, and I'll point us in the right direction.
What is he doing?
I promise. You're gonna write that in your diary, little girl?
All right, that is enough. We are in arm's reach of Crix's legacy, and I don't have time to deal with this kind of bullshit. Now, both of you, get the hell out of here and get to work.
All right, let's get this over with. Follow me.
A lot of us in the fleet came out of the mud. We grind for every cred, and it shows.
Not surprising this dump used to belong to the United Colonies. You can't spell suck without UC. Am I right?
You've got stuff to smuggle. I've got the stuff to hide it.
All right, let's get right to it. Did you get the Earth Savior Award, or am I gonna be very disappointed? Well, well, look at that. You followed my directions, and now you're gonna end up with some credits in your pocket. Of course, it would have been more money if you hadn't blabbed about the damn thing to roll call. But that's on you. Anyway, here's your cash. Keep this up, and I might even start respecting you. All right, Fleet? We've all got work to do.
Really?
So let's get to it.
If you want to stay on the radar, I've got just the thing.
Against us. Dead.
More just killing people and selling their guns.
UC will never crush the fleet. They'd have to catch us first.
Hello.
Recycled air. Just isn't the same as the real thing.
Now it's time for me to log out. Log out time.